welcome. Today we look at Flying Pigeon. We'll do a flow and we'll work towards a pose together. So let's start at the top of the mat, feet hip distance apart. Start by taking a long breath in and exhale through the mouth. One more in, out of the mouth. Close the mouth, breathe in through the nose, out of the nose. On your next inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up and overhead, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold forwards. Inhale, Utkatasana, let the hips sink, draw the belly button in. Exhale, Uttanasana, relax the hip. Inhale, Utkatasana, arms up, ribcage in, spine long. Exhale, fold forwards, let the head go. Two more, work with the breath. Inhale up, and exhale down. One, and down. On your next inhale, lift into Utkatasana, and exhale, take a seat. Lift the shins parallel to the ground, Navasana. Eyes in line with the big toes, we reach the heart forwards. We draw the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Breathe in nice and long. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross the shins, rock forwards, hands down, downward facing up. Inhale 5. Exhale 5. Feel the fingers grounding down, fingertips really pressing into the floor. The weight well distributed into the entire surface of the hand. Take another inhale and exhale for them. Bend the knees, look forward, step or jump, feet behind the wrists. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Bend the knees, Utkatasana, chair. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold forwards. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. 3, 2, 1. Fold. Lift back up, Utkatasana. Take a seat. Up, all the way down, Navasana. Breathe in, Navasana. Breathe out long. Stretch the legs out long, Ardha Navasana. Lower back to the ground, we super glue the legs together. We're drawing the sitting bones in, one side towards the other. Lift back up, Navasana. Ardha Navasana, exhale. Breathe in and lift. Breathe in. Lower back down, everything else off the ground. Lower, lift all the way up. Inhale. Ardha Navasana, strong legs, strong hands. All the way up. Last one, inhale. Ardha Navasana, hold. Hold, hold, hold. Breathe in. One more. And relax. Knees into chest, rock them side to side. Drop the feet to the floor. Cross the right ankle on top of the opposite thigh. And then without using the hands, draw the knees in towards the chest. Right foot flexed. As if you were pushing the heel into an imaginary wall onto the side. Keep it active. And use your left knee to draw that right ankle, right shin in towards the chest. Release the left foot to the ground, right foot to the ground, switch. Breathe in. And take it in. And we're working on opening the hips, which is really essential as part of what we're doing today, working into Flying Pigeon. Flying pigeon is not just an arm balance that requires strength, it's also an arm balance that requires a lot of flexibility, especially around the region of your hips. So this is what we're doing. We're working on opening and taking the hips into that particular shape that is required by the arm balance. Release the feet to the ground, and then take both knees in, hands behind the knees. Rock up, cross shins, hands down, step or jump, down. Inhale, shift forwards, plank. Press the floor away, and again feel that action of pushing the floor away with your hands, broadening the upper back. And feel each part of your hand pressing down. Make sure you use your fingers as well, and the weight doesn't just dump into your wrists. You're strong through the entire body, you're engaging everything. Take another breath in. On the exhale, either knees down or a chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Take a long inhale in. As you exhale, step or hop feet to the front of the mat. Halfway up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. 3 more, inhale up. Exhale down. 2. 1. Exhale, sit. Lift shins, Navasana. Breathe in, Navasana. Breathe out, stay. Take a long inhale here. As you exhale, Ardha Navasana. Hold it. And lower all the way down. This time, drop the feet to the floor. And again, take your right ankle on top of the opposite thigh. Right foot active, and start to curl the toes in towards the shin. Lift the arms up and over your body, and imagine that you're supporting the ceiling with your hands. You're extending through the wrists. Take the legs in towards the chest, take a breath in. And as you exhale, lift head and chest off the ground. If you can, you take both arms inside of your right foot, wrapping the right toes somewhere alongside the opposite arm. The hands are shoulder distance apart. And you keep the toes wrapping around the leg, wrapping around the arm, because this is essential when we will go into the arm balance to make sure that the foot doesn't slide down the arm. If this is enough, you hold it here. If you're ready to take more, begin to extend the other leg towards the floor. Hover it above the ground and make sure that foot, that left leg, left foot are active. You can point, flex, spread the toes, whatever you want, but activate. Lift higher through the chest, breathe. And lower. Take a moment to breathe, relax. And second side, both feet down, left ankle on top, exactly the same. Draw the knees into the chest, reach the arms up, hands up as if you were supporting the ceiling, breathe in. On the exhale, lift head and chest, broaden the upper back, wrap the toes around the arm, look between hands, breathe in. You can totally hold it here. This is the first step towards flying pigeon. The full extension of the pose has the back leg straight, so in this case, our right leg straightens and hovers above the ground. We activate everything. Breathe in. 2, 1, and let it go. Knees into chest, rock them side to side. Hands behind the knees, rock all the way up to seated. Cross shins, hands down, downward dog. Take a long inhale for downward dog. And a full exhale. Shift forwards, plank. Let's hold it into plank. Push the floor away. Imagine you have a block between your thighs and you're actively squeezing in. Your legs are super active, your glutes are active, belly button is in, rib cage in. Lengthening the crown of the head to the front of the room, the heels to the back of the room. Let's hold it for another 10 seconds. Breathe in through the nose, out of the nose. And one more in. On the exhale, slow chaturanga. Upward dog. Inhale. Downward dog. Exhale. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or jump, feet behind the hands. Halfway up. Fold, exhale. Bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Take the right knee into the chest. Right knee out to the side. Take the right knee a little bit more into the center. Bend the standing leg. And take your right ankle to rest on top of the opposite thigh. And this is exactly the same shape we've done earlier on our backs. Foot active, toes curled in, hands to heart. Take a breath in. As you exhale, begin to lower down so that the right shin and the two forearms are in the same line. If this is enough, you might want to hold it here. Otherwise, if you have blocks or books or anything that you can use to support you, you can rest the hands onto the blocks. I'm using them on my highest level. I could also flip them down on a lower level or all the way down. If you can easily take the hands to the ground and hands to the floor. And wherever you are, you need to start to get used to wrapping the right toes around the left arm, keeping the toes in place. Lower the hips, look forwards, breathe. Your standing leg is probably starting to burn. And that's a good sign. That's okay. One last inhale. Lift all the way back up. And release. Give your legs a good shake. Okay. Same second side. Left knee into chest. Open the leg out. Bring it back to center. Bend the standing leg. Active through that left foot. Hands to heart, inhale. Lower, exhale. Stop wherever you need to stop. Wrap the toes around the arm. Hook them. Lift all the way back. Hands to heart. Relax the arms. Take a breath in. Exhale. So let's get back into flying pigeon, and this time working towards the arm balance. If this is enough, what you have done so far, then continue working with that. Otherwise, we'll start to work towards the arm balance and we'll just play with it. Take your right knee to the chest and then help the foot to rest on top of the opposite thigh. Hands to heart. We'll need to be able to squat super low for us to start to work into the arm balance. We'll have no blocks. We'll drop the hands to the ground. We'll spread the fingers. The elbows are hugging in. Chaturanga arms. So elbows bent, hugging in towards the midline. Hands shoulder distance apart. And we want the hands a lot further forwards than the foot. If the hands are here, it's going to be difficult to lift. Hands further forwards so that you lean forwards. You rest the right shin onto the forearm, onto the upper arms. With the right toes, you wrap around the upper arm. You look forwards, not down, forwards. And then you tip the body weight forwards. If you feel the weight is into the hands, the back foot can lift. Maybe we can also extend the back leg back, active through the back leg, and take it back in. Release, fold forwards, inhale halfway. Exhale, release. One more, inhale halfway. Exhale, release. Bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Relax the arms, take a breath in. And out. Same work, second set. Left knee in. Position the foot on top of the thigh. Remember, actively wrap the toes in towards the arm. Hands shoulder distance, spreading fingers. Breathe in. Tip the body weight forwards, you're leaning your shin into the upper arms, you're looking forwards, you're gripping the floor with your fingertips. The back foot lifts if you have enough weight into your hands and if you have a strong foundation through the arms. Maybe the back leg goes back, maybe not, it doesn't matter. Release. Halfway up, inhale. Fold, exhale. Bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, Tadasana. And if the arm balance is not happening yet, no problem at all. You keep working with making the shape, and that's great preparation. You can even stay here, hold it here. This is already a lot of great work. It's fantastic. You continue working on it. Maybe lower the hands onto the blocks if that begins to be available. And if the hands come to the floor but the back foot doesn't lift, it's just a matter of time, so be patient. Keep working with the strength of the arms, hugging into the midline. Tip the body weight forwards. And even if that back foot stays to the floor, it doesn't matter, you're still doing so much work. So you might well be here and have the elbows in, round your back, lift your belly, look forwards. And that's already so much amazing, amazing work. Now, let's release. Drop onto your knees. Child's pose. For those of you who would like to do one more round, just go back and play the video again, and you can do the flow one more time and work towards the arm balance again. Otherwise, if this was enough today, let's come onto our backs. Take the blocks with you. As you come onto your back, we'll do a supported bridge pose. Bending the knees, we'll slide one block, maybe two blocks underneath the hips, and we just allow the blocks to do the work. I quite like to flip my top block up onto the mid-level so that I have a lot more height through the hips. And I can feel the front of the hips opening and releasing. After all of that forward folding that we've done, this can be really good to open up the front of the body. Now you have nothing to do. Just allow the body to be supported by the block. Just stay in the position, close the eyes, and come back to a soft, slower, gentler breathing. In through the nose, out of the nose, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Lift the hips. Lower the blocks on the low level. And keeping the hips supported by the blocks, take the knees into the chest. And then extend the legs up towards the ceiling. Just a few moments into a supported shoulder stand. I like this version of shoulder stand because it allows you to work on that inversion, but it's very restorative. It's a lot more restorative than the full version. And also it doesn't put pressure onto your shoulders and neck. So if this works for you, great. It's a great alternative to shoulder stand. And also after all the work you've done into your legs, it's a good way to release them. To get some blood flowing back from the feet, ankles, legs into the heart, improving the circulation. If you like to stay longer, stay by all means. Otherwise, you release the feet down. Lift the hips, move the blocks away, and come and lay down, all the way down onto your back. Stay for a moment, knees bent, spine releasing into the floor. Just feel the spine letting go and returning to neutral. So if you need a moment to hug the knees into the chest or to take any final movements before you settle into relaxation. And whenever you're ready, legs out long. Take a long inhale in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the nose. If you would like to be guided into a 10 minutes Shavasana, find the video, play it, and just be guided, relax. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Namaste.